Hey, greetings, welcome back. It's been a while, I think, since we've actually played guitar in one of these videos. Get sidetracked on different projects and whatnot. But let's talk about songwriting. We did songwriting 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be songwriting part 5.
It's nice to know that Mr. Vague can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Very, very impressive math skills. Oh, Mr. Vague, he's got it. Spectacular.
And we talked about, I think last time we talked about melody, and we were throwing around this, it was a yellow room with a crooked floor, do not disturb sign on the door.
I tell you what, I dig this song.
So in terms of melody, and I think we in part 4 we went over the bridge too, at least a melody bridge that I had kind of worked out, which was da da da, using the verse chords in the same key, da 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 dum ba bum ba 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 da da bum 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 bum. So really the whole melody structure is there. This song doesn't really have a chorus when I think about it. It's kind of just chunks of verse and a bridge. If there is a chorus, a line that repeats itself during the song, it would be that night at the Hotel Array. So, what was I saying?
You think you could be a little more Pacific? Maybe specific?
So there's a lot of different ways to go about writing song lyrics. It's if you've ever written a poem or a short story in your English class, Dr. Shank could probably elaborate on that because, right, Doctor?
That's me.
Because he still teaches over at the local university, English 101 composition, creative writing, I think he also teaches. So he can elaborate. Did I say elaborate already? Did I use that twice? It's not good. Can we cut that out? You cut it out.
Elaborate. Is that 4 cylinders?
Oh, that's a big word. Oh.
Elaborate. 4-syllable words. If you have to use a 4-syllable word more than twice in a speech or a presentation, I don't know if that's a good idea. You're gonna sound like what's that? What's that, V-Man? V-Man said you'll sound like a wanker, a buffoon, a twit, not to mention repetitive. You'll sound repetitive. You'll sound repetitive. You'll sound repetitive. 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 Elaborate. Very, very hard to say. Elaborate. Elaborate. Sound like your vocabulary very, very limited. Oh, sound like cookie without fortune.
In terms of lyric writing, or coming up with good lyrics, I mean, some musical artists, you've probably seen videos on how people write songs, or groups that you like, or artists, singers that you know. Well, one person writes the music, and then they write the words later. Other people write the words first, and then they write a melody or chords and things around the way the the way the lyrics are, you know, and I talked about Zappa before. You would think a lot of Frank Zappa's music would be derived from the syllables and sentence structure, because, you know, at St. Alfonso's pancake breakfast, do 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 do, where I stole the margarine. He's got notes for separate syllables in a lot of his songs, and I think a lot of times, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think he came up with doot 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 and then wrote at St. Alfonso's pancake breakfast. I think he came up with at St. Alfonso's pancake breakfast, and then he thought, how does that go along with music? So I kind of think that someone like him with that type of structure of song writes the words first. I could be wrong.
No comment.
I'm noticing on this video, he got that chicken neck.
In this case, for this song, we've got this kind of 3/4 waltzy C kind of tune that just has a melody, and I've got I've got the first verse and a bridge kind of melody in my head and on the guitar. You've heard it in the previous episodes of Songwriting 101. And I don't stick to any particular formula. Sometimes I have a piece of music. I was playing one the other day that's been around for 10 years, and I don't have any words to it. I've got a melody. So I don't stick to any formula. I might have a sentence that might hang around for a few years, and I'll noodle with it and finally come up with some kind of music and then write a song from that. For this particular song, we've got this melody, we've got a bridge kind of melody, and that first verse, and we've got a subject, hotel array. So that is the basis for this tune. And as I may have mentioned before, the hotel array was an inexpensive, I don't want to say cheap hotel, inexpensive hotel at the Jersey coast in Ocean City, New Jersey. So, and I'm looking at this, and as it relates to me, because a lot of times when you're writing the lyrics, you pull in your own experiences. So a lot of what's in this song it will be some of my experiences, or maybe somebody else's experience, and that's gonna, that'll all be pulled together to come up with lyrics. Now, the Jersey coast, people, from Philly and from Pittsburgh, or other places west of the coast would go there usually during summertime. Okay, Atlantic City was a little north of there, so people, you go there year round if you want to do some gambling. If you lived in the suburbs of Philadelphia in January, you might want to run down to Atlantic City and do some gambling, which we did back then too. But anyway, most of the people that visited the coast, the shore, they would go during the summer, of course. And when we were and teenagers in our early 20s, even after getting married and having kids, you'd still go down for a week, rent a place. But when you're in your 20s, you'd go down and stay at a place like Hotel Array, inexpensive. You could bring a girlfriend, you could bring 10 of your friends down and stay in a room. If you could get by, if you could afford the security deposit, of course.
Ho, ho.
Tea. Hot tea.
This song, I geared around those experiences that I had, or friends had. For the most part, it's a lot of my experiences. So you hop in a car with your girlfriend, you drive the 80 miles or whatever to get to Ocean City, New Jersey, and you rent a little hotel room and you have a good time. You visit your friends that might live down the street. There were bars, different shore towns. Let's take a look at the map. Ocean City is kind of right here. Philadelphia's over here, New York's up here. But if you look at this map, down the south end of New Jersey, you've got Cape May, And as you work your way north, Wildwood Crest. Wildwood had a great boardwalk with Wildwood Crest, or Cape May and Wildwood Crest are kind of like seaside, mellow towns, more quiet. Wildwood had the bars and the crazy boardwalk and roller coasters and everything. We would go there some nights to have a good time, and a lot of clubs with music. And then as you work your way north, Stone Harbor, Avalon, Sea Isle City, Strathmere, and then Ocean City. And further north of Ocean City, you've got Margate, which, and all of these little towns had their own, restaurants and bars that kids would flock to on any night during the summer. It could be a Tuesday night back then. It was the same as a Friday night in a lot of cases, because it didn't matter what night. Everybody was having a good time. So you've got Ocean City, then Margate, then Atlantic City, Brigantine. And then as you work your way up towards Long Beach Island, you got Beach Haven, Ship Bottom, and all those places, Barnegat, all the way up to Belmar. Further north, Belmar and Asbury Park. I can remember going there a bunch of Bruce Springsteen made that popular. So that's the whole Jersey coast. Did I miss any that I used to go to? Seaside Heights was one too, just below, kind of a little south of Asbury Park. But that's all the towns in New Jersey. So kind of work that into the lyrics too, if possible, I thought. And where I did work that in was in the bridge. You have to figure this couple are staying in Ocean City at Hotel Luray. Nose is itching again.
Yeah, them nose hairs. I'll have to take a closer look, but I think I might have seen one. Just a little noodler hanging out of there,
So this couple is staying at the Hotel Luray in Ocean City, and you would spend your days there for the most part. You go to the beach, and then maybe at nighttime you might buzz up north to Atlantic City, go down south to Wildwood, maybe head a quick east and go to the boardwalk. Or maybe you go west across the bay and hit Summers Point. So you can see that the geography of the area has a big role in, at least in this song, in the lyrics. Now the other thing with this tune is if you think of a song as almost a short story or a little novella, is that how you say it? Dr. Shank, is that how you say it?
Gosh, that would be a novella, a short novel, or a long short story.
Guess what I'm trying to say is what I did for this tune is I broke it apart setting-wise and time-wise, okay? So this couple takes the drive to the beach, to the hotel. So there's a first night. When they arrive, they probably left after work or whatever, and they get there late at night or in the evening. That's the first verse, okay? At nighttime at the Hotel Luray. Night goes by. The next verse, verse number 2, morning. What are they going to do in the morning? Well, you've got to go get breakfast. You might figure out what you're going to do the rest of the day. And third verse, what are you doing during the day? Okay. Go to the beach, hit the boardwalk, maybe if it's a nice day, you're going to the beach probably. That's why a lot of, you want to go swimming and things like that. And then maybe I threw the bridge after that, because after the day, after you go to the beach all day, it's nighttime. The sun's getting lower, nighttime. And that's where I put the bridge with these multiple places according to the map. I'm looking down there because the map is still down there. So, and that would be that night. And for the, 4th verse? Well, it's the following morning. And in this case, I made that following morning be the last morning. You could have stretched it in day 1, day 2, but this I just made it a snapshot of nighttime, the following morning, that day, that night, and then the following morning. So it's like a day and a half, whatever. And that following morning, it's time to go home. So maybe it's a 1-day stay, 2 nights, 2 nights and 1 day kind of stay, or maybe this is a weekend. It doesn't really matter. All that really matters in this is that you're getting that snapshot in the lyrics of what happened with this couple and during those, that time, that little snapshot.
Now, some songs are about just a feeling, like love and peace or anger. And not always about a setting or geography. And some songs, of course, are instrumentals, there's no words at all. So lyrics ain't always a part of the batter, the mix, the salad. Yeah, it's hair sometimes. I guess what I'm trying to say is that lyrics can be about anything, it don't have to be about a place or like a novella or whatever the heck they're trying to say.
Now, as far as the lyrics go, what I will do there is I do have an official copy somewhere around here of the lyrics. I'll give those to Dr. Shank, our English expert, and we'll get him to discuss the lyrics. I've already touched on the geography, which plays a very, very important role in this tune. So, Dr. Shank can elaborate. Is that the 3rd time I've said that? Elaborate. That's the 4th time.
Journey after 4th step. Start at the 5th step. Hey, do I smell sausages?
Oh, that a finer looking chili right there. You see the bean, a pinto bean, a kidney bean, hot Italiano sausage, ground chuck, ground beef, and some tomato sauce. Oh!
Was that Chef Stefan? I thought he had his own YouTube channel.
Oh, baby, how about this, Chef Stefan? We had some corn too.
Was that Chef Stefan?
Now, I still doesn't hear no twang.